All right, let's talk about the hate the Switch 2 is getting. Because honestly, some of the takes I've seen are just wild. People are acting like Nintendo dropped the biggest disappointment in gaming history, and I'm just sat here thinking, are we all looking at the same console? Now, some of you who've been here before are probably wondering why my voice sounds a bit different today. That's because my usual AI voice clone's having a bit of a moment, and hopefully it'll be back soon. But until then, I hope this voice sees me through. And before we go any further, let me make one thing clear. I'm not a Nintendo fanboy. I play on PC, I've got an Xbox, and I'll happily call out any company when they pull nonsense. None of these console giants are perfect, not by a long shot. But if you're the one frothing at the mouth in comment sections, trying to defend your favorite platform like it's a football team, then seriously, who's really the fanboy here? Let's be honest. I just call it how I see it, and right now, the Switch 2 is catching way more hate than it deserves. Look, Nintendo's no stranger to failure. The Wii U? Absolute flop. No one's denying that. But when you drop something like the OG Switch, which was a massive success, maybe having more of the same isn't a bad thing. You don't always need to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes, you just refine what already works, and that's exactly what the Switch 2 does. I've been using the Switch 2 since launch, and yeah, it's not perfect. Battery life? Could be better. Joy-Cons? Still not the most comfortable things ever. If Nintendo gave us something officially shaped like the Split Pad Pro, instant buy. But overall, this thing's brilliant. When I'm gaming at my desk setup, I've got it docked. When I'm chilling on the sofa or out in the garden, I'm playing handheld. It fits into my life perfectly. No massive installs, no faffing around with updates. I just turn it on and play. And in 2025, that's rare. Let's talk game pricing, because I've seen a lot of people complain about it. Yes, some first-party games like Mario Kart World are £70 to £80. That is pricey. But that's not the new standard for every Switch 2 title. A lot of games are still launching at more reasonable prices. And then, you've got the game card drama. Some of these physical copies are just cartridges that trigger a digital download, no actual game data on the cart. Again, yeah, that sucks for collectors. You expect a physical product to be, physical. Again, but it's important to say, that's not all games. Plenty still come with full data. Again, it's annoying when it happens, but it's not the apocalypse. And honestly, I don't mind. I'll beat the game, then take the card down to CEX. For those outside the UK, that's basically our version of GameStop. Trade it in, get some cash or credit, and put that towards something else. Simple. Now this part absolutely kills me. People are genuinely mad that Cyberpunk or Street Fighter 6 doesn't look as good on Switch 2 as it does on PS5. Are we okay? You're holding a hybrid handheld that can run AAA games on the go, and you're crying because it doesn't have every next-gen lighting effect? Let's not forget, the Switch 2 actually supports ray tracing. It's in there. Not every game uses it, and it's not cranked to Ultra, but it's present. That alone is impressive for something this small. And let's not pretend the other platforms are flawless. Whether it's your PC, your Xbox, or your PlayStation, you're still dealing with bloated installs, day one patches, and random bugs. The Switch 2 cuts through all of that. You turn it on, and you're gaming in seconds. That's underrated. Now let's talk about something that should be common sense. But the thing about common sense is, well, it's not that common, is it? To all the people crying because their Switch 2 got bricked after they used a kill switch, some shady third-party dock, or tried dodgy mods, what did you honestly think was going to happen? Nintendo has been at war with emulation and tampering for years. They've shut down ROM sites, DMCA'd fan projects, and clamped down hard on anything that messes with their ecosystem. So if you went ahead and messed with your hardware, despite all the very public warnings, and now your console is toast, that's not Nintendo being unfair. That's you ignoring the rules and acting surprised when it bites back. Take the L, learn the lesson, and maybe next time, don't act like you're above it all. Here's the thing. Not every console is designed for every gamer. The Switch 2 isn't trying to be the most powerful. It's not trying to replace your gaming rig or dominate the living room. It's trying to give you great games wherever you are, without the headache. And for someone like me, who plays docked at a setup but also handheld around the house or outside, it's spot on. If you're torn between the Switch OLED and the Switch 2, just go with the 2. For a little more cash, you're getting smoother gameplay, faster load times, and actual performance improvements that you feel immediately. It's already crossed 5 million units sold, and that number's only going up. So yeah, call me what you want. I'm not a fanboy, I'm just not delusional. The Switch 2 isn't perfect, but the hate, that's just noise. Let me know where you stand. Are you loving it? Still thinking about it? Or did you brick yours and now you're watching this with tears in your eyes? Either way, drop a like, sub if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one.